And we're live. Welcome back to BIGGUNNER81 Live, everybody. Presented by Applied Arsenal Finishes and Gunworks out in Waterman, Illinois. Check them out for your Cerakote and coating needs and many other gun customizations that they do. Also from our friends over at Spinta Precision at spintaprecision.com for all your barrels, for AR-15, Glocks, and so forth. They got a whole plethora of products on their website, as well as our friends over at Eggleston Munitions. If you're into reloading, they make some great, basically powder-coated, I think, or coated projectiles. And also check out our friends over at the Range 385 and batarms.com. So we're back on the main channel today. Our channel strike got cleared. I was a little bit worried when I first got the email today from another video that got pulled down, which was on Flitz polish. I was polishing my AR-15, nickel boron bolt carrier group. That video had a couple of recent comments on it, surprisingly, and then all of a sudden somebody must have flagged it and they pulled it, but they did not give a channel strike, which is a good thing, and that's why we're still here, because if they had, we'd be banned another 3 months or whatever from doing live feeds. So again, with us tonight in the house, introduce everybody. We got Kent from Green Mountain Defense here. Welcome, Kent.
How you doing, man?
Doing good. We got Corey, our buddy Corey in the house, who was just watching SpongeBob or something in the background. I don't know what you're doing before the show. It's kind of weird.
I don't know. My wife and I tend to watch SpongeBob before we go to bed. I don't know. It's just something we do. I don't know.
America.
It's a romantic evening when SpongeBob plays. So yeah.
I'm not going to ask about what version of SpongeBob this is, or if it's a code for something. But whatever.
Hey, he's not the one who got in trouble on the internet for polishing his bolt. All right.
There's a bolt carrier group.
I just get in trouble at home for being a little crabby like Mr. Krabs, okay?
Okay. We got our buddy Brandon in the house as well with the 48-star flag. Welcome. We're all rocking the flag today. Corey didn't have one hanging up, so he's got his little flag in his hand, so that's cool. But yeah, welcome everybody. So of course, I know we're smiling, laughing. Of course, today is September 11th. Never forget that day. I know we'll talk a little bit about that, and I don't really have anything planned for this whole show tonight. Tonight's just going to be an open chat conversation because we're kind of back, and honestly, I haven't been doing a whole lot of gun stuff lately. Since I went to go shoot that match, I don't think I've been back to the range yet, which has been several weeks now, like 3 weeks or more probably, or whatever. And just haven't been doing much with the gun stuff. I will be getting back into that. I do have to finish getting my 308 put back together and get that out and test out the Wisconsin Trigger Company trigger for it, no doubt. So I guess September 11th, I don't know if you guys want to talk about, where we were at that day, for example, like what your memories are of that day. Kent, do you want to go first? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah, man, you can put me on the spot. I know I was in school. We were in, I don't know, history class, I guess. And we all had, every room had a TV up in the right corner, where we could like watch whatever was going on.
Wait, when you say school, was this like high school or college?
No, it was, or was it 9th grade or 8th grade? I'd have to do the math. Remember, I'm young. I'm only 31, man.
I keep forgetting you're young. That's what I'm saying. I know you're younger than me. I'm 37, so I was at a different point.
So, I mean, no, I guess it would have had to been 8th grade based on the building we were in. And it was history class. And I remember our teacher just standing there in disbelief, just staring. I mean, no lesson plan discussed, no conversation, no like, okay, kids, we're going to evacuate. He just literally stood there and looked up and looked up and looked up and looked up and was just in disbelief. And, it's amazing. Like, it was surreal at that moment to watch. And as years have gone by and you rewatch the stuff and, I was whatever age at the time. And then you see it 5 years later and you see it 10 years later. And I can't imagine now watching that live as a functioning adult member of society and the feeling of helplessness and the feeling of terror and
the anger too.
The anger and love for your fellow man. And I mean, this anniversary has now, unfortunately, we won't get too far into it, but in my family, we have my wife and I have a real nasty anniversary on this day. We lost a child. So I have to remember over the last 2 years that, and I said to Sophie before I left the house this morning, today's not just about us, sweetheart. We need to remember that. And we need to focus on what really matters. And it's tough. And how many men and women, a friend of mine posted today, we will soon have boys fighting in war because of this, that were not alive when it happened. I mean, think of that for a minute. And all of you that serve, whether you're in an ER or on an ambulance or on a fire truck or behind the wheel of a cruiser or you're on a ship somewhere or you're wearing green, we in the conservative gun community, we like to do a lot of flag waving and we like to talk freedoms and we like to thump our chest and say America, and we really mean it. But from the bottom of my heart, on bended knee, you men and women are heroes, and you are something that I can only ever hope to aspire to be someday in my own life. And for all your sacrifice, we love you and we appreciate you. And that's what I got. And I didn't read that. I got nothing. That came off the cuff. So that's as best I can do about September 11. And may God rest the souls and of those that were lost. And they thought they would snuff us out, and they thought they would incite terror, and they thought they would destroy American Western idealism. And instead, all they did was breed 300,000 new young warriors who will continue the tradition. And if you think you can fucking pull this off, there are men and women who will be on your doorstep making you pay for it, and it will happen faster than you think.
And it's also helped with the whole patriotism in the country too.
Yeah, absolutely. We will not give up.
Yeah, we'll clap you up. I mean, I'll share my story, and we'll get to Corey next. So from my recollection, and this is a long time ago, obviously, but I mean, I'll never forget the the key points of it. I remember being at work, as a technician, just starting out in my career, and I don't remember what I was working on at the time, but I remember hearing the radio was on, and they were talking about what just happened, like it just broke in, a special report, this and that. It's like, what the heck? And you're hearing this description. We didn't have a TV in the shop, and then I think I don't remember. At some point, somebody either went home and got a TV or set something up from somewhere so we could see it. But I actually went home for my lunch break because I only lived like a few miles from the shop where I worked. So I went home and I was watching it on TV. I remember that. And that day, I remember just how quiet the skies were. Where we were at, we were kind of like in like a, I don't know if you want to call it a flight path, but kind of like in an area where you usually get a lot of airplane traffic during the day. Airplanes going over and whatnot. Everything just got quiet. Just the whole town, everything just quieted down. It was really eerie. And then of course, seeing all that footage over and over from then forward was just wow, in shock. And I do remember before 9/11, my uncle was talking about, and it somehow just stuck in my mind from somewhere. It pulled out of the back of my mind. He was always talking about someone one day is going to fly a plane like the Sears Tower. He goes, he was thinking more like a small plane, like a Cessna or something, or whatever. But he always said, there's going to be something like that. Someone's going to do something like that. He kind of predicted it, I guess, in a sense. But yeah, it was just a lot. I mean, the whole situation's a lot. And something I want to add too about this is I wrote something similar on my Facebook today about, I forget exactly how I worded it, but to try to put it into good words now, and I'm not always a wordsmith, but we think back about the tragedy of everything. And yes, it's a tragic event. Lots of bad shit happened, no doubt, right? But there's also so much good that came out of that event. And you say, well, how does that happen? Well, there's so many people that are everyday citizens that became heroes. Sometimes the simplest acts, or even the acts that they put themselves in their own harm's way to help somebody else. There's a lot of those stories, and a lot of people have done that, and there's just a lot of good that has come out of it. You got the whole thing that helped with, I think with some of the people to be more patriotic and more, protective of our country, just in their own mindset. But, I'm just saying there's many different ways to look at it. Everyone's got their own feelings about what happened. There's a lot of emotions with it. Even to this day, that's how powerful of a day in our history that has been. So that's basically what I've got. Corey, you want to tell your story?
My story is kind of weird.
And I know you're younger too, so you're in grade school then.
I actually just turned 28 yesterday. My birthday was yesterday, and my cousin's birthday is today. And on September 10th of 2001, I actually got baptized at my school/church. I was in 5th grade, and the next day, it happened at like 8:30, 8:40. I think 8:46 was the first plane hit. And my 5th grade teacher had a daughter in college up in New York at the time, and she was only like several blocks away. So she was frantically, trying to get a hold of her, trying to figure out, where she was, if she was okay. And of course, especially like if there's a natural disaster such as tornadoes or even hurricanes, they tend to kind of
that too.
Block off like the communication within the area. They shut everything down. So a lot of back then, cell phones were not as in use, I guess, sort of say, as what they are now.
They just weren't smartphones weren't as prevalent. That's for sure. No Facebook and all that.
There's no, that was, when computers were just mainly dial up and, school functioning. They had a computer lab where you learned how to type on things or a work thing. So she was frantically running back and forth, trying to get a hold of her daughter and stuff. And at 5th grade, we were worried about passing our spelling tests. We really didn't understand what was going on. And I saw something. What was it? I think it was either late last night, leading into early this morning at like midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that. Someone had posted, kids that were just now born, or born after 2001 are going to have to learn about it in history books. They never had to live it. They don't know what happened.
It's like any other event, like Pearl Harbor or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, and fortunately enough, my great grandfather that passed away in 2008 actually served on the USS Enterprise during World War II and was not far away, I believe, from Pearl Harbor when the attack happened.
Wow.
So it's one of them things where it's history, and it's not good history, obviously. At least for us, for the terrorists, they loved it. They were thrilled about it. And, they hit us in the heart, just like Pearl Harbor. They attacked us here at home. And that's what really gets somebody, is when they attack you at home. And, growing up in the 5th grade or like Kent said, 8th grade, 9th grade, something like that, I'm sure he was kind of, since he's a little older than me, kind of understood more, at that time than what I did. But, it's to the point now where you reflect on the memories and anniversaries of that day and kind of what happened and what it symbolizes. I was big into baseball then because I was really playing during that time. So I remember George Bush going to the Yankees game and throwing out the pitch during the World Series. So I remember all that stuff. But as of like watching it, they really didn't bring anything in, a TV or anything for the students. But I mean, it's something that we'll all continue to see throughout the years. I mean, press conferences, press releases, replays on the news, stories on Facebook, just things to symbolize that it still hurts. There's still pain there, obviously, for the loved ones that that are still around from that. I guess, you know, those children are growing up now that have lost parents and stuff. So we're going to always be reminded.
There was what's the movie that Tom Hanks was in too that was basically about that? Do you guys remember this?
There was a movie with Nicolas Cage.
Well, I saw one. I swear Tom Hanks was in it.
I don't know. There's one. Well, he's in a movie called Sully, where he lands the plane on the water.
Well, no, not that one. No, there's another one. I thought that he was in a Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, I believe it's called.
I'm not sure.
He's also in a documentary.
No, there's a movie called Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, and
yes,
Tom Hanks plays the dad who basically dies in this. It's an interesting movie. I really remember watching it, but I was like, it's pretty good. I'd recommend checking it out.
There's also Boat Lift 2011, an untold tale of 9/11 resilience with him in it.
Okay, yeah, I saw some of them when I was just Googling it now, but I don't know about that one.
There's also one out, I think, called United 93. I think at least I've seen it on Amazon.
Is that the one that's about the plane, basically like what was going on inside the Pentagon crash and all that?
I think it's the one where is it? I can't remember if 93 was the first plane.
Yeah, I got it.
Numbers. Sorry.
So 93, the reason I know this for certain is because it's here in PA. In Shanksville, PA, United 93 is the flight that they presume was headed to the Pentagon, but never made it there, or to Washington somewhere. United 93 is the flight where citizens brought the plane down by fighting back against the terrorists and pouring boiling water in their faces and using hotel carts to push up against the doors and stuff, and they fought back and they brought the plane down over here about an hour and a half north and west of me in a town called Shanksville, PA, where there is a memorial, and actually where President Trump was today, and that's where he spoke from today. He went to that memorial to speak. So that was Flight 93. I don't know the rest of the numbers, but I know 93 was that one.
I couldn't remember if that was the first plane that hit or if that was the one where the people took back over the plane.
So, Brandon, do you want to share your story?
Oh yeah. First of all, happy birthday, Corey. So sorry I missed yesterday, but yeah, I was in my early 20s on the way to my first web development job and listened to it on the radio. And what really happened didn't really hit me until, later on that day. I still had some family members that were in the service and first responders and et cetera. But as I've grown older, I've just grown to appreciate what everybody who stand up for this country and give their lives on the line really means. And I walk under the big flag every day at work and let it drip the patriotism all over me. But I mean, I couldn't imagine being there and seeing some of the stuff that happens. It's just hard to wrap your mind around. So, but yeah, after that, it was just everybody pulling together, and it was just long days and long nights after that, just wondering what was going to happen. And I don't know. That's pretty much what I remember of it. So.
Okay. Was it you, Corey, that mentioned about natural disasters, about hurricanes and stuff too?
Yeah. I know. I actually graduated from Henryville High School, from Henryville, Indiana, which is the high school that was completely almost demolished by the tornado in 2012. It was all over like the national news and stuff. And also, actually, it's so weird because my father-in-law was actually a janitor there and was there when it hit.
Wow.
At the time. So I tell you, I mean, stories with me, it's just, they all have a weird impact. But after, we learned that after or during the tornado, they had shut down like all like satellite feeds like to the town, and like within like I think it was a 5-mile radius or something like that. Nothing worked. No TVs, no phones, no nothing. Everything, the power was shut down. They shut down everything coming in and out of there. And it wasn't until 3 or 4 hours later that my wife figured out that her dad was okay. So I don't know why it is that they do that. I really have no clue. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that or not, but it was kind of nerve-wracking.
Shutting down communications?
Yeah, they shut down the communications.
I don't know. That is weird.
So what I have limited experience only from a hurricane of all things in Vermont. Hurricane Irene stranded us in Killington, Vermont in 2011, I think it was, it was 11. They disable those communications to reroute and prioritize emergency communications and keep all non-essential functions essentially off the airwaves, because they assume that infrastructure may in fact have been damaged. So therefore, whatever infrastructure is still working, they reroute, and 911 and so forth like that is the only working infrastructure. At least that's my understanding from one event in my life. I'm no expert in emergency management, but that's
I'm guessing if you had the old Nextel phones, they probably would be down also, because they work off the network, right?
Right.
I think, but CB radio maybe, would be that.
So, yeah, CB worked, and in my experience, because we were in the mountains, all the repeater style radios that actually bounce from tower to tower, all that shit worked just fine. But this,
we've got Hurricane Florence coming our way.
Yeah, right. This does bring up something in our wheelhouse and in this group's wheelhouse that we can discuss and be productive about, which is, don't move about your life totally unprepared for terrible disaster to strike, right? Like, you never, ever, ever know for sure that, and I hate, Christ almighty, I hate to be the guy saying this because it'll happen and I'll feel terrible, but, every 9/11, I stop and think for a minute, they could do it again.
Yeah.
And that, so, I know, right? I'm the crazy guy for carrying a gun. I'm the crazy guy for carrying some med gear. I'm the crazy guy for having some water and some shit to take care of myself in my truck and in our Jeep now. And we're the wackadoodle right wing nut jobs who prepare for shit like this. And it's people like us who are able to take care of ourselves and persist and subsist and not
help others too sometimes.
Exactly, absolutely, and not be reliant upon the system to step up. And I've never lived in Manhattan, New York. It'd be a whole other thing for me to be carrying all that kind of shit on my back while I'm walking from a subway station to my office. Like, I get that. That's not my life and not my world. So don't hear me as saying like, oh, those people were sheep and not taking care of themselves. It's just that things can happen any place at any time. And
everyone has different circumstances, and it's, do what you can do to be as prepared as you can be, what works best for you,
Yep. Absolutely.
Definitely. But yeah, we have Hurricane Florence headed here for North Carolina and all that too. And, like at work today, we're kind of putting together our plan and all that. And it's possible we might be closed down for Friday because of the weather. We don't know. But there's a lot of stuff that we got to take care of, and stuff here. And luckily, I've got food and water in the house, and I've got a generator, so if my power goes out, I'm covered there too. And stuff like that. But and with medical gear, thanks to Kent, I got a nice tourniquet set up, so in case a tree falls on my leg or something, can.
Yeah, dude. While you're drowning, you can take that tourniquet and just go tighter and tighter and tighter until the world turns blue.
That's right.
What the fuck, man?
Hey, speaking of the drowning, I got jet skis so far. So if it does flood by my house, I can float away on those things.
Yeah, man. Well,
it's my preparedness plan.
Hey, whatever. If I was to have to pick a house to be dropped into in the middle of North Carolina, I'd probably want to be dropped at yours.
Yes, we got monster trucks, we got jet skis, we got guns, we got everything you need.
You can float one of them 50 States ARs up here to me. That's fine. Just have it blow my way.
Yeah. No, those gotta stay together. But yeah.
I mean, there's just things like natural disasters such as tornadoes and hurricanes. You can't fully.
Well, you can't prepare for everything.
You can't fully be 100% safe.
That's right. Shotgun rifle and 4-wheel drive.
You can always plan because it's always foreseen, but instances like 9/11 are planned way, way, way in advance, and
they're funded way in advance too. Yeah,
those are you can't foresee those out of a different country, and I mean there's times where I'll sit and watch the movie Red Dawn, and just sit there and watch the movie and sit here and think, now how long does it take for somebody to plan something that strategic like that?
Well, how many months were they in training for learning how to fly? That's an example.
Yeah, and
hashtag Wolverines.
Are we the old Wolverines or are we the new Wolverines?
Oh God, I finally saw both those movies, so I understand this now.
But yeah, so I mean, that is why us gun enthusiasts and gun preppers and gun guys that we prep for things like that. But we can also prep for national weather advisories and national disasters.
Prepping isn't just about disasters either. Prepping is sometimes just for other things. Yeah. It's just me planning, basically.
I mean, I prep for when I'm hungry. I go to the store and
exactly meal prep, right? Make your sandwiches for the week or whatever you do. I don't know. I got a mental picture though. This came to my head. Get on my jet ski, got my American flag rifle slung on my back, and just riding the waves through the road on the roads where it's all flooded in the creeks and whatnot. That's my American dream of natural disaster as far as hurricanes and so forth.
We're gonna be. I'm calling this right now. Give it 6 days. We're gonna be flipping through the news, and on CNN, Brian Gumbel's gonna be up there, and he's gonna be like, "And behind us, we have a gentleman by the name of what is it, sir? Is it Richard? Richard, what do you have to say?" And he's gonna go like that, and you're gonna go, "America, motherfucker!" And then you're gonna tear off on that jet ski, going full tits the other way, and then you're just gonna leave him in the dust.
It's gonna be like that dude that's out in the rain with the flag, just like whatever, rocking on the whole time with the storm blowing him all over the place. That's my dream.
The Perfect Storm 2, and it's going to be just like Rick on a jet ski, American flag just like blowing back on the jet ski, and a rifle just come on, motherfucker.
He's gonna like roll in on the jet ski, and he's gonna pull up to some, he's gonna like save the damsel, and like I can absolutely
John Wick.
This is gonna be like Sharknado or something.
Yeah. When in real life, it'll be Rick for 45 minutes out with his jet ski being like, "This motherfucker started last time, I swear to God." He'll be like cranking on it and hooking it up to his battery tester and trying to jump it off the car.
This 84 twin turbo Kawasaki, and it doesn't work.
No, they're not that old. 2001, 2002. So who knows? Maybe my jet ski might have been built on 9/11. I don't know. I wasn't there in Canada where it was made.
Canada?
I'm thinking that's where they came from. I think
a Canadian jet ski?
Well, I think Sea-Doo's Canadian. Sea-Doo's
that's like a ski company in Florida.
I don't know. I thought Sea-Doo is under Bombardier. I thought Bombardier was like French Canadian. I thought.
Yes,
I could be wrong.
No, you're correct. It is.
Okay, so I thought I was losing my mind there for a second.
Bombardier also makes like ski grooming equipment and stuff like that.
Bombardier. It's Bombardier. Bombardier. Yes, that's the other one. Is it Bombardier? No, it's Bombardier. It's French, people. Get it right.
It's French for Rick's American jet ski.
That's right. Yeah, now I got to get some flag stickers to put on that thing. Although it's gonna be kind of like sacrilege on a non-US made watercraft, but whatever.
Yeah, we annexed Canada. That's
America.
fine. No, it's North American. It's a North American jet.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. North American, like South American, right?
Hurricane
we'll go there.
like a megalodon, and the megalodon like jumps up and like eats Rick off his.
Oh my god!
But no, right in time, he takes out his 2245 light for some reason, which is what he's carrying.
Shoots it in the eye.
Yeah, he vanquishes the shit out of the megalodon.
Yeah,
Rick and the jet ski versus sharks with lasers.
Yes.
And the whole time, Rick's going, "Why did I buy this $40 piece of shit Chinese optic? Why?
Yeah,
Why?"
I sent it back to Amazon, by the way, for those that are wondering. The green one went back, but the 2245 needs to get serviced too, because that whole stupid thing at the end with the barrel coming apart. Who is that director that did the Transformers?
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Yes, that's the name I was looking for. That's who's going to direct my movie. It's going to be like Sharknado versus like some jet ski people.
Is he the one that did Meg, the shark movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did he?
I saw Meg. It was pretty good, I thought, but I like
I've heard about
shark movies. So
You should have Michael Bay do like all the like cool tech stuff with it, but then have like Clint Eastwood do like all like the badass gunnery shit, like
Sharks me by day.
on. And
Get
then
off my water.
Rick pulls out his timer, clips it to his front pocket, goes, "Shark ready. Stand by."
No, I don't have a timer. I don't have a timer. The only timer I have is on my phone. I don't even have the shot timer app for my phone.
No,
I
my
just like
God.
to shoot stuff. I just like to shoot things. So I'm excited about this movie.
Which state rifle do I take to the Armageddon? I don't know which states to take. Do I take Texas?
I have a simple fix for that.
Take them all?
No. You take the state that you're in.
Okay.
And if that state's not available, you find the next closest state. There's only 7 of them that are built currently. And there's like, I think, 9 receiver sets. And some are in various stages. I really want to get the Texas rifle done. The next one's probably going to be Washington State.
You just better hope you're not in California when the shit hits the fan. Or you're going to be throwing fucking like staple gun or something. No, the California. Well, yeah, if you're there, I guess literally. But I have a California rifle that was built before the whole blah 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 whatever bullshit rules they have now. But it has a bullet button on it, so it was kind of built to the specs of the time as close as possible. That's one of the challenges of the project, trying to build them as pure as you can to that state. In some cases, some states have rules against them, so you pretty much have to like, if there's still manufacturers there because they can make them for other states or for to ship them out to export out of their state, I guess you'd say, or for law enforcement use. So I'll still build them for those states where possible, and it may not be able to be legal to own there. But see, I think if I was you, I'd go the other way on that. If I had a California rifle, that son of a bitch should have everything but a freaking can opener hanging off of it. I'd have all the illegal, non-California, whatever. It would have a freaking D60 hanging out the bottom of it. I'd go the whole other way. That's just me. It pretty much does have everything except for the bull button. I mean, it's got a flash hider or whatever on it. Some zombie apocalypse, friggin' like I think it's called the zombie stomper or something. I forget what the hell it's called. From AR-15 Extreme, something like that.
Oh, I should show you guys my new AR. You have a new AR? Yes, I do.
What? Why so long, Corey? Come on, man.
And you guys are gonna love this.
We have voiceovers using Optimus Prime's voice in the movie. That's what Vanessa Kitty says.
Yeah, Vanessa's like. I called it in chat earlier that Vanessa Kitty was going to come on and say something funny, and sure enough, like the angel, she just descends upon us and gives us humor. So I love it.
That is funny. He's one of your watchers, so. This AR is beautiful, and it was handcrafted in the state of California, actually.
So is it like a model? Is it a lighter?
You want to see it?
Yes, let's see. Let's see your. Is it like a Lego one?
Okay, you are gonna love this. I call it the DeLeon. Are you ready?
The what?
It's a ghost gun.
For fuck's sake! Somebody mute him.
Yeah, cut his feed. That's it.
What is this?
Oh my god!
I'm telling you,
I could see him doing some acting in the future, can't you?
You mean this isn't an act?
Yeah,
no, this is Corey in real life.
I've just assumed that Corebeard was like a persona, and that on the next show that he's on, he's like Jim Smith, the plumber, and the next show that like
Jim Smith, the plumber.
I don't know, just something.
Larry the cable guy. Jim the plumber.
I got paid $39,000 for that porn video. I made money off of that. Okay.
Dude, we don't want to hear about this gay porn video you did.
Whoa. Hey now. Stormy Daniels pays really good with Trump's money.
Am I the only Big Bang Theory fan on this thing?
No, I was watching it tonight.
You know how Penny's on that one porn where like she's like slowly becoming a monkey?
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, I could see Corey being, the monkey.
No.
Wow.
Yes.
No.
Wow.
Anyway.
Can I be a capuchin monkey? Because they're kind of cute.
Oh, what?
I don't know, man.
Monkey?
A capuchin?
Capuchin? No. We can buy pre-band air for teens here, but they're getting $1,700 plus up. Some are $3,000. Well, where is here, Vanessa?
Yeah, no, she said in previous chats, and now I feel like an asshole. I can't remember where she's from.
It almost sounds like Connecticut because
yeah, it's somewhere like that.
I visited Connecticut. Right. One of our techs that run the company I work for was telling me that, who's a gun guy. He's got like 2 ARs, even though they're illegal. He's like, they're pre-bans. You can have pre-bans, you can buy pre-bans, but you can't buy any new stuff. I'm like, what bullshit is that?
She just came back across. She said it is Connecticut.
See, I got it. So Colt, I actually drove by the Colt plant when I was out there visiting. I'm like, I really wanted to see it during the day, but of course, I don't know how you can get a tour of that place. But I just drove by the outside. It was just really kind of neat to see the Colt logo on the outside. And just
how do you get a tour of the Colt plant? Is that what you want to know?
Yeah, I wonder.
Just go in and tell them you're with the IRS and you're there for the back taxes.
Yeah, but right. That's
they'll let you right in. You tell them
you also get a tour of a prison for how many years?
Well,
yes, and get your gun rights taken away.
No, Jesus gave me my gun rights. The Constitution just wrote them down. You can never take them away. Only said in partial jest. I am in Windsor, Connecticut. Love CKS. Next Torrential. Oh, she's by the airport. Got it.
Oh yeah,
Bradley.
I think that's where I flew into. Actually, I think if I'm right. Yeah,
Colt's plant is no longer the old plant next to the highway.
No, this was just recently. Like, unless something changed, this was like just like last year that was there. I'm not sure. But yeah, I 2017, beginning of 2017, I was flying around everywhere for my work, traveling to different stores and stuff all over the country pretty much. And
did your arms get tired?
What's that?
Did your arms get tired?
No, they didn't. From carrying all the bags when I was getting on the plane.
No, from flapping them so hard, flying from airport to airport, man.
He doesn't even get your crappy jokes.
I know.
I got it. I got his crappy jokes. That's why I said from carrying all my bags.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
I love watching Brandon like crack up on mute over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
you guys want to hear me do like a tight 15 set of dad jokes real quick? I mean, I could be happy to do that for you.
Sure, we need to fill some time.
You want me to fill some time with dad jokes?
Sure.
I'm not sure you do. What's Ja Rule's favorite flavor of tea?
Iced tea.
Ashanti.
I heard like some weird laugh in the distance.
Yeah, that's my wife in the background laughing.
I heard that. Mike.
Oh.
It was like the lonely laugh that's just the one person laugh in the whole universe of the joke.
Yeah, it's like the Family Guy episode where you hear like the one dude across go, ha.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Was that
it? What?
I said, was that it?
No, no, I can do more. What did Ja Rule tell the homicide investigator?
What the hell is up with Ja Rule? Is that the only?
These are all Ja Rule jokes?
It's murder. Get it?
So you listen. You like the guy in like the office space that's like listening to the rap music, going on the road and like locking the doors when he sees the guy like sell flowers or whatever.
No. These are just the most recent dad jokes I've heard.
And they're all about.
You said bad jokes?
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
Okay. What did the Colt have to go to the doctor for?
Because he was hoarse.
Yeah, he was a little hoarse. Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Our viewership just went
I didn't
from
say
6 to
I didn't say it was
4.
going to be good. I just said
We
I'd do it.
lost 2 people watching. We got lost like a third of our viewership just now
Oh,
on that
my
joke.
God.
It's slowly declining. You got to come up with one good one, at least. Name your jokes here.
Oh, hold on. Vanessa, tell us a joke. Vanessa says she's got some good jokes. Type me a joke in the chat, Vanessa. Save me.
What did the lady at the beach say to the Michael Jackson?
I don't know, but all these dudes are Googling them. I came off this stuff fresh.
Knock, knock. Who is there?
Who's there?
Of course, we're going to have a delay in this because
Yeah.
it's in the chat. Oh, he says, hey, get out of my son. What the hell? That is a bad joke plan.
Yeah, that's
Say Michael Jackson.
Hey, listen, you know a dude with a username of Clint Taurus is going to be a humorous fellow.
It says, knock, knock. And I said, who's there? He says, no, I won't say my math jokes here. What?
Who? He stepped on her. It was in sequence, but knock, knock, who's there? Who?
Yeah.
Come on, Vanessa.
Yes, we're waiting for the lag of the internet to catch up.
That just bounced off of a server in Palo Alto, California, and now it's on its way back.
It's getting filtered through the what is it, the NSA?
Boy, if anybody was Willy Wonka, I mean, it'd be floating up in a million of pieces, and it'd be here in like 5 seconds.
What?
Have you never seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory either?
I saw it a bunch of times as a child. My aunt used to have it. We used to watch it every single Thanksgiving, I think.
Oh, here's a good one. I got a real good one for you. How'd I lose my job at the calendar factory? How'd I lose my job at the calendar factory?
Was it the end of the year? I don't know.
I took too many days off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right, let's talk guns or something. I can talk guns. I can't do any more dad jokes.
Yeah.
Want to talk guns?
Talk guns. What about guns?
What you been shooting? How's your 365 going?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Because I haven't been shooting, so I can't tell you about guns right now.
So I've been working on a series for my YouTube channel called Concealed Carry Drills, CCW Skills, where I'm going to do every new video is going to be a drill that you should be working on the range. So I did, quote unquote, the test. That's the first one that came out. That's 10 rounds, 10 seconds, 10 yards from retention. And the idea is to hit a B8 black, and any miss outside the black on the B8 adds a second to your time. And the pars, you have to do it under 10 total seconds. So that's a drill I've been running. As far as the SIG P365, I'm sad to report that it finally decided to act like the rest of the SIG P365s. Got close to 4K rounds, and my recoil spring started to suck. And in the manual, it says 25 hundo is the time to change the recoil spring. So I said, oh, my bad. Didn't do that. So I called up SIG, and actually, I shouldn't say I called up SIG. I ordered up online and bought 2 recoil springs because I thought, screw this. I'm going to have another 25 hundo on it in no time, so I might as well get 2 recoil springs. Put those in, and I've had now 1 out-of-battery discharge, which seems to have not damaged the gun.
Wow.
But put a whole lot of shit in my face, and I'm having lockup issues. And now I can't get through 50 rounds without
What kind of ammo are you using?
a picket, you name it. Anything like that.
Not any remanufactured, all new stuff.
No. You know, I do run reloads occasionally, but I haven't really run any reloads through the 365. Not very many anyway.
So you do reload yourself?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't shoot reman ammo though. I don't intentionally buy reman ammo for that purpose. But yeah, so that gun, I was just online tonight sending SIG a thing on their customer service, so we'll see, if they want to do an RMI or.
Did the issues arise like right after that spring change?
No, the issues I was having failure to extract, which is what led me to research the recoil spring issue. Put recoil spring in the gun, and then same failures as well as an out of battery discharge.
Mm.
And I mean, I'm not speculating. I had a massive shit on my shooting glasses. I mean, something went wrong, obviously. And then now I just, I can't get through 3-4 mags without having at least one major, lock up of the gun kind of thing, which was not this gun's characteristic, which bugs me. What bugs me the most about this is, God damn, do I love this gun. And I mean, the thing shoots lights out. I can't explain how well it shoots and how
It feels great in the hand too.
Yeah. I mean, I really want it to work out. And I've always been that guy who's like, well, it doesn't work. Well, screw it. On to the next thing. Oh, well. And I just, I won't walk away from this. So I'm going to let SIG have it and have their fair day at it and get it fixed. But I was singing its praises. I was literally like, Jesus, I got the one that doesn't have a problem, 4,000 rounds into it almost. It was like 38 and change. And, I was thinking, hell yeah, we're there. This is never going to be a problem. And, and certain people, I had certain people I talked to and they're like, oh, well, that gun's not meant to be shot like that. It's like, okay, so what do I have to buy 2 of them? I have to buy one to shoot the snot out of to get comfortable with it.
So tell me when I'm supposed to carry it to protect my life and get another one,
Yeah, it's like, dude, honest to God, if a company would come out and say, listen, this gun will go through somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 rounds before you start having major problems, I'd say, all right. All right, fine. I'll buy 2 of them some bitches.
Then Epsa was asking, if you saw any structural issues with the gun. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did not see that. Thanks, Rick. I got split screen. Sorry, Vanessa.
Did you ever
structural issues at this time.
Did you ever have any primer swipe issues or trigger issues? Those are the main ones I've heard about with that.
0 trigger reset issues. But yeah, definite primer swipe. But that's been there. That's been there since the beginning, and you will also see that on our small frame 9mm.
But it never broke the firing pin, so that is not what caused these issues, right?
No, absolutely not. The firing pin, I've not had a failure to fire, as in like round chambered perfectly and did not fire.
Mm-hmm.
I had failure to extracts where, new round never even got into the chamber because there was a bad round still in there.
So would that be extractor spring or being the extractor is worn maybe, or?
It could be a worn extractor, but the first cycle of operations being the most common thing to fail is going to be a recoil spring. So you start having feeding and reliability issues in any semi-automatic pistol. First thing you do is replace the recoil spring. Easy part, I won't even bitch. I thought a SIG recoil spring was going to be like $1,122, and you go online and get a SIG recoil spring for the gun for $14.99 or something.
For a spring that probably costs like $2 to make or less.
No, I know, but SIG would have said it's like scandium coated alloy nitron something spring for
titanium.
Yeah, three easy payments of $49.95 plus tax and handling or something. But no, it was I bought 2 springs for under $40 shipped.
Nice.
And they were here quick too. They were here in 4 days.
Cool. So just a little shout out too for those that may be on Instagram. Go check out BIGGUNNER81 Instagram. Just at BIGGUNNER81. And also be sure to subscribe to the channel here. And, just in case we do go down again from having live streams, make sure you follow the BIGGUNNER81 channel, BIGGUNNER81 live channel, rather, here on YouTube as well. And follow us over on Gunstreamer and gunchannels.com, which, we haven't been real active on gun channels recently. Tonight, a couple people are out there watching. Ohio 45 ACP and General Relative, and his name gets cut off, is also out there watching. So thanks, guys, for hanging out and checking out the show tonight. It's been it's been a while since we really kind of got back up to full running status, while being like 3 months, and we haven't had a show for the past few weeks here, about a month at least. So yeah, we're glad to see you. We've got a few people watching tonight, and everybody out there on YouTube, of course. Vanessa and Clint, and who else we had out there too? Our buddy Joe Gizzy as well, Craig Island. He's out there, and I also had mentioned this guy Arnie, but he was kind of being a dick earlier, so whatever.
Whatever, Arnie. Screw you, buddy.
Yeah. Telling Kent he looks older than he is or whatever. Yeah, whatever. So,
I age like fine milk and whiskey, buddy.
oh yeah, these guys said, yeah, my pleasure, thank you, and this is good to see you over on Gun Channels. I guess the chat isn't updating, by the way, for those that are watching Gun Channels on my page, so I couldn't see your messages, so I just heard it, and it's down in the bottom corner of my screen. It's not even on the main page, so I don't know what's going on there. Let me see if I can refresh it on my end. Yeah, now that I refresh it, I can see you guys, your comments. Hopefully it'll update automatically in the future here, but yeah, it's good to see all you guys out there. And of course, like I said, gunstreamer.com is the other one. And you know, we're looking at other options for hosting videos. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, the very beginning, like we had the Flitz polish the AR-15 bolt carrier group, and somebody flagged that and they took it down. Luckily, it I'm just laughing at your comment, Corey. Yeah, they took it down for a reason. Luckily, we didn't get a channel break.
Hey, Rick, I have an idea.
What?
Rick, I have an idea for you, man. I think if you want to start Patreon back up, you should do a special subscription level service for people to be able to see the backdoor chat that nobody else can see.
That would be cool.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, because if you guys think Corey is inappropriate and nuts in real life, just wait till you see his backdoor chat.
I guess the way I could do that is
the 500
backdoor chat.
The backdoor chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's terminology.
Careful how much it charges. They might expect something else.
Corey'sBackdoor.com.
Oh my God. I don't know what to say to that. But
Rick
we do have the Patreon. I haven't been mentioning that, but patreon.com/BIGGUNNER81 if you want to make a donation.
You can watch the uncut video of Rick polishing his bolt on Patreon.
There's nothing bad about polishing a bolt carrier group. It's
put a little gun valve lube on there and go at it, Rick.
It's some nickel boron coating.
Yeah, I could just
nickel boring.
I could just picture like Rick's mom comes to town and like he's like surprised, and she's like walks in the front door and he's upstairs. He's like, "Rick, what are you doing?" He goes, "Good, Mom, I'm polishing my bolt." She's like, "You've been doing that since you were 12."
What?
Oh man! Hey, did you mention our new show sponsor, Mike's Hard Lemonade?
No, not for real, but yes, that's what that is. Yeah, I don't drink a whole lot, but when I do, I drink Mike's Hard Lemonade. Be sure to check them out, mikeshardlemonade.com. No, they're not affiliated with the show whatsoever. It's just a joke, people. Relax.
Yeah, really.
And I'm not handling any firearms tonight. I thought about that ahead of the show. I'm like, hey, I'd like to have my American flag rifle with this.
Ooh. Gizmo Dog just asked a productive question. Any thoughts on the new FN509 Tactical? Yes, stand by. I have a video coming out on it on the Green Mountain Defense channel.
You have one, huh?
All right. That's the one that's been all over Instagram that I've been shooting.
Oh, I do remember seeing that now. You say that.
I saw that too. I'm looking
together
forward to that as well.
Makes 3? What?
That's the question.
What in the name of Jesus was that?
What the hell are you doing, Corey?
Yeah, Corey, what was that?
Is your Taco Bell talking?
Why is it always me? No, it ain't the Taco Bell talk. Well, it could be.
Earlier today, you're telling me you're going out to Taco Bell. Then you're watching SpongeBob, and now we're doing a show. You have an interesting life there, Corey, on Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern.
It is a school night, okay?
God. I don't know what to tell you guys. I know next month we got coming up, by the way, speaking of gun stuff, this will probably be the next huge highlight for us. The Iraq Veteran 8888 shoot is next month. Brandon's going to be there with us. Yeah, I'm sure you're looking forward to that.
Be your media dude.
Yes, our media web dude, and our buddy Joe is also going to be there with us too. He's going to be flying in, hanging out with me. And then he's staying until Monday, so we'll probably check out some stuff around Charlotte and maybe go to the range or something like that. Who knows? And I mean, it's going to be a whole weekend of guns and just having fun. So, really looking forward to that coming up. Get to hang out with like a lot of other bigger YouTube channel guys. Of course, Iraq Veteran 8888. Usually Mr. Guns and Gear, Such. Military Arms Channel. A whole bunch of people will be there. You know, they were there last year and stuff. I think Strange was there.
Peacock 45.
He might be. I don't know. I didn't see him last year that I can recall.
22 Plinkster, maybe.
Yep, 22 Plinkster was there last year. He'll probably be there, I imagine. I mean, I can't tell you.
Shooting guys, right?
What's that?
We like shooting guys.
Yep, that's right. Thank you. See, I can't remember all off the top of my head, but yes, We Like Shooting, God and Guns podcast. Troy was there last year. Trying to think of all the other people. You know, of course, you know, Atlas Defense was there last year. I think James Yeager might be there this year too. I think I saw him chime in on that. Big Daddy Hoffman, 1911, will be there. I believe he'll be there. He was there last year. Again, these are just names off the top of my head that I remember seeing there, and I think are going to be there this year. We'll see who all actually shows up, but should be a good time. It's a really great event to go to. I'm very thankful for them inviting us to it. You know, it's kind of humbling being a smaller channel and getting the opportunity to go to this, and so on. And you know, I appreciate your help with it, Brandon and Joe as well. It's gonna be great getting to cover that because you know you can't film yourself shooting stuff and vice versa, and we'll get some good footage of everybody doing some shooting and whatnot. And
I just bought some extra camera equipment, like extra batteries, shotgun mics, some other stuff. So looking forward to that. And I'm counting it as my real vacation. So
nice. Cool. Yeah, I think last year I ended up a lot of people would just film with their phones, believe it or not. But I also brought my regular my digital camera with too and stuff. I brought all my stuff with just as backups anyway, and left a lot of it in the car and just filmed with what I needed. Because keep in mind, it has a tendency to rain too. So last year was kind of misting on and off throughout the day. So plan accordingly for that because it's a from my understanding it's a rain or shine regardless of the weather pretty much, unless it's a tornado or something, I guess, or whatever. There's a question too. He's asking if Gizmo Dog 765 was asking, I believe, Kent about. He says, do you mostly end up using the yellow spring?
Oh, for the FN 509 shooting suppressed. Yes. So FN 509 comes with 2 springs. If I remember correctly, blue spring comes installed in the gun. Meaning, I mean, the springs are indiscernible. Other than that, one has blue paint and one has yellow paint. Blue, I believe, blue being a heavier weight spring and yellow being a lighter weight spring, if memory serves correct. And I switched the spring. Let me back up. If you listen to primary and secondary at all, there's a gentleman whose name escapes me, who sometimes goes on there, and he's an FN rep. So during one of their podcasts, he was talking about how part of the M17 thing was for recoil springs to last for so many thousand rounds before needing replaced. I don't remember what that number was, but the point being, they made the recoil spring beefier in the 509 in order to compensate for that, and it's supposed to last something stupid like I don't want to say a number, but like 20K or some ridiculous round count, right?
More than 4,000.
Yeah, more than 4. Anyway, bottom line being that it came with that spring installed in the gun, and I'll be honest with you, the recoil impulse was not what you would expect for a 9mm. It was a little bit stout and a little snappy, and my dot wasn't flattening out well for me and returning, and it was just, I was like, wow, this is more than what I bargained for here. Watching Tim's video on the gun, I didn't even realize there was a second spring. Dug through my bag. Sure enough, there's another spring in the bottom of the bag. And I've been running that yellow spring ever since, both suppressed and unsuppressed. And that spring runs all the ammo I want it to run. And I find the gun to be flatter shooting. So I don't know, maybe that'll be God forbid, a 10,000 round spring or something. Who knows? But certainly it runs just fine with either spring in it either way. I think one is just a heavier weight than the other. And I do not know the specs off the top of my head. But yeah, yellow spring to run suppressed.
Yeah, usually you'd think you'd want a heavier spring for a suppressor because of the extra back pressure.
I could very well be.
I'm not sure.
I could be flip-flopping that. It could have come with the lighter spring in it, and I put the heavier one in it. But the answer is yes, the yellow spring is what is in the 509 and is what will stay in mine. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I guess we'll wrap things up for tonight. A little bit after 11. Excuse me. Any final thoughts from anybody? Go with you, Kent. If you want to wrap up with anything first.
Yeah, sure. Listen, before you go to bed tonight, or whatever you believe in, whoever you talk to, say a prayer for our first responders, say a prayer for our soldiers, say a prayer for those that go into harm's way on a daily basis to protect our lives and our freedoms. And if nothing else, say thank you. If you're agnostic and you believe in nothing, just close your eyes for a minute and think of somebody, and you can all think of somebody, and say thank you to that person and be grateful that they're out there, so that we can come on here and crack jokes about SpongeBob and make fun of Corey constantly and me and whatever else, because we enjoy these freedoms and we celebrate them, and we appreciate you guys that are in uniform and girls and all those of you that take care of us. So God bless America, and thank you all for what you do.
Yes, freedom's like jet skiing with a rifle on your back. And Corey, you got anything you want to wrap up with?
It's just been it's been fun. I get on here and I cut up and I asked. It's just a good time with friends and stuff. We have serious talks and we have a good time. But today is about remembering those who we lost to a terrible at-home tragedy due to an act of terrorism, and also those that that go out and that put their lives on the line, whether they're a first responder, LEOs, military, any of those that were, such as nurses, doctors, surgeons, whatever you are. Thank you for all that you do. You guys are valuable to every single one of us in every community across this land and actually across the globe, throughout the world. These people that fight for us and that make this possible. Thank you, because without you sacrificing yourself at times and fighting for our freedoms, I couldn't come on here and tell people, hey, thanks for my sweaty balls.
Yeah, throw it in there.
But I mean, and that's,
oh my gosh.
So sometimes we get a little crazy and we get a little stupid, but that's just us having fun and breaking some of the stigma and the tension of things that are very difficult and very serious to talk about. So thank you guys for everything that you do, for all who you are, and like Kent said, at least go to bed tonight, think of somebody that's either serving, has served. I know everybody knows somebody. So whether or not you believe in a higher power or you believe in nothing, or in a different religion, just it doesn't have to be a prayer, but just a thought of saying thank you to somebody who is important in your life, that you may or may be without at this moment. So, and also thanks again, Rick, for having my stupidity on here.
No, I appreciate having you. It's fun.
And I got 15 topics with ghost guns called the DeLeon. But anyway, thank you again, guys. Remember what this day is about, because it will live in infamy, just like World War II did with the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
And Brandon, you got any final thoughts to wrap up with tonight?
I mean, those guys said it way better than I could. I'm just thankful for every day I am able to live a regular American life, and thanks for all the first responders and soldiers and cops and medics who make our life, so easy to live, basically. I think a lot of people take it for granted. I know I did for a long time, but as you get older and a little bit wiser, you realize what's really going on and who really need to be thanked. So thank you for the bottom of my heart. And, that's pretty much it for me. So
awesome. Well, yes, thank you again from all of us to everybody out there that that does what they do to help others in every sense of the way you can do it. Also want to thank again the companies that helped us with our show and so forth. Our friends over at Eggleston Munitions, Spinter Precision, Applied Arsenal Finishes and Gunworks, The Range at 355, and also give a shout out to our friends over at Bad Arms as well. Go check them out. So again, everybody, be safe. And if there's someone you can help, try to help them. We're all in this together at the end of the day, and that's where we're at. So until next time, everybody, as always, have fun shooting.